Listen.
Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PBZ TV, the show we talk about the culture, movies, TVs, games, sports, headlines of all sorts. And Tom
Yes.
Adebayo.
Tom Adebayo.
Bam, 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 bam. 83 points. Kobe, eat your heart out.
Yeah, man.
Good grief. We needed to start there because
We're
late to this party.
We're very late.
We're very late to this party. But I've been enjoying the fallout from it the most.
It's still happening.
I'm sat there with my dressing gown on, sipping my coffee with two hands, going,
Yeah.
tea.
I'm there like Michael Jackson in the comments. Like, yeah, literally.
I've got a towel on my head and shit and a face mask. Just watch. I'm pampering myself watching all these people argue, bro.
Well, there's a lot of debate about, or controversial opinions about, was the 83 points valid or...
It was completely valid.
Of course it's valid.
It's completely valid.
It went in the basket. Not 83
And
times, but it went in the basket to make 83 points in total.
I haven't seen enough people put the blame on the fact that they fouled him that much. Yes, there's probably some bullshit calls in there, but they still put themselves in the position to put him on the line that many times.
Okay, so
at what point is it the Wizards' fault for being fucking trash?
Yeah, of course.
People have been taking turns breaking records with the Wizards. Like they are the league's bitch.
It's like, I want the Wizards this
I feel
week.
so sorry. I know a Wizards fan. I know he's steaming him. I'm so sorry, mate.
Yeah, but it could happen to anyone, really.
You have to be a
Realistically,
masochist to support that team, bro.
But then, is that because they're tanking at the minute? Are they trying to...
Tanking's not even the word, but they've been tanking for like 30 years, mate. What
Okay,
are you talking about?
What
Like,
do you mean? Bradley Beal and...
Bradley Beal, the forever contract, yeah.
Who was the point guard at the time?
Ain't nobody remember?
Oh, it was good. They were like a really good backcourt.
Oh, John Wall.
John Wall.
Oh, what injury he took from us.
Yeah, Bradley Beal. Mate, I was
From
like, ooh,
John Wall.
ooh. Especially like location-wise, surely Washington should
Yeah,
be...
you'd think they'd be better.
Yeah.
Or they'd have the money. Maybe Washington put more into its American football programs. Don't know how money's divvied out. But in general, I think there should be far more blame on the Wizards.
Do you, though?
Yeah, and the fact that there is a certain amount of talent it requires to put the ball in the basket that many times, regardless if you're at the line or if you are putting up buckets. So the fact that is, and at some point the Heat were just like giving Barron the ball every opportunity, and you can't at that stage you do.
But that's what
Kobe.
That's
did.
what Wilt. No. Kobe's is actually different. I will actually back.
It was
this up.
quite a competitive game. In fact, the whole thing when Kobe did it.
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah, it was.
But
tied game.
It's not like the coach stepped in to say, Kobe, you need to swing the rock. We need to play some team ball. They essentially let him do that.
Yeah, but if someone's so hot, that's the thing, right?
Yeah, and Bam was hot.
Yeah, like, anyone can get hot, not for 80, but, they could be hitting 40. You're going to keep feeding that guy, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
But the Kobe one, obviously, that was the gameplay and the game plan because it was working and it was keeping them in the game. It was tied. Bam's, the controversy behind it is that Bam... The game was finished, bro. It was finished. He got to 70 points. I did the Jimmy High roll. I watched the whole video. He got to 70, pretty valid. Like it was still a competitive game.
So the argument about the remaining 10-something points is stupid.
So that's 13 points. Whereas
when you're in 70 territory, you just fucking go for it.
Yeah, if you're that close, it's like...
It's fine. It's the Wizards.
I think it's so... Because it's funny because Jimmy High Roller did the video a week before about... Will anybody hit the 100? And is it like ethical? Is it is it ethical hoops, etc.?
The ethical hoops argument does my nose.
No, but because the video he did was that if anyone gets to a certain point, they just get taken out because it's like game's done, bro. Like we need you. There's 81 more games, etc. Whatever. But it's records are there to be broken as well. In this sense, like go for it.
If you can do it, but there's no.
Bam would have checked out. If his
coach had told him
I'm
sure he would have.
Any other time apart from Will and this time, the coach would have been like, "You're done, bro. Like 70, fair play."
Yeah,
that would have been great to check out on that anyway. It was his highest, his career highest scoring game was like 30 something.
Yeah.
it's
what a day!
He's got 50 on it. I saw a clip from Jeremy Lin. He didn't disclaim which organisation, but he went off one night and he got to like 20-something points in the first quarter, like near the second, and they were winning by far. And coach just had a call. You're done.
Well, that's got to be the Lakers or Knicks then.
Yeah. And he was like, "What do you mean I'm done? Like I'm feeling good. I'm on a, keep me in the game, coach." He's like, "I've just got the call from above. You're done, son."
Being called from above, like who's doing this? Adam Silver, like
maybe, or
David Stern up there, like nobody
owners.
touches the record.
No, I don't think it's that because the record itself and just Bam beating Kobe's record it's not a record either, is it? But it's news, right? It's good for the game. It's got people interested.
Got people talking. Again. And hear me now. My prediction: Wembanyama will eventually beat Wilt's record.
Ooh.
One day, if they let him play a full game, and put his big boy pants on, play a full game, and they let him play the full thing out, and he's playing the Wizzies, they're done. Yeah, he's cooking them. He's doing 120. Like I genuinely think he has that ability. You see that game winner he hit yesterday? Yeah, clean, brother. He freaks me out every time. I genuinely think they're real championship contenders this year. And if he came out and won a chip over OKC this year, that would be insane because they've had their number too. Yeah. Like that is
they've battered him a few times, didn't they? Already,
super exciting prospect, and I still don't quite think they have an answer for Wemby, apart from the fact that tiring him out seems to be the best strategy possible, and that's why they manage his time load so much because he's just too big of a human being. He uses up too much energy, so he gets tired quicker. And that's why because he got in there was a bunch of controversy about him crying after a win. And we put his all into it and like got mad buckets, and I think it was a really last second win. So he was just like he's a very passionate player as is, which we need more in the game. Yeah. And if people are like, oh, why is he crying? But apparently it was because he was like so exhausted, but it was also such a cathartic feeling.
Well, it's a high, isn't it?
Because he played more minutes than he usually would. So I think that's definitely dragging out games, tiring him out, putting big bodies on him. You're never going to block his shot, but what you can do is keep roughing him the hell up. And I wonder if they'll start hacker-shacking him more regularly. But he's such a good shooter that's also a silly thing to do. So you've got to be real sneaky.
Yeah, he's very.
You've got to be 90 Pistons, a couple elbows here and there that the ref don't see.
Yeah, a couple elbows to him is just like hit him in the.
Oh, he's so skinny though.
It's like I thought that was.
You got aim on. Start doing chicken wings in the sky. Coming down with 12 o'clock elbows, big jump. But yeah, like
so your prediction is that Wemby will actually hit.
I think he's the only player in the league that's the potential.
Well, you say that Bam's highest scoring game before this was 30 something, right? So nobody would have thought Bam would have been able to get 80.
Listen,
if Bam can get 80, then surely Luka, Wemby.
Well, Luka's done 71 before.
Yeah,
I think.
and had to check
Luka's definitely got the potential.
I mean, what I'm saying is that.
But I think surely the 100, because I think there is this like. The 70, 80s, that is crazy to say that's a realistic marker, but I think there is something about the freakish tallness of Wilt and how unfair the size dynamics is that played into the fact that he broke that 100 mark.
Oh, mate.
And I think that's why Wemby's my top pick for that.
You've seen clips of like people shooting back in the day, like and Wilt's catching his teammate's shot that's going in and he's just banging.
Yeah, the fact that goaltending wasn't a thing back then, I don't think.
Is that goaltending if you've...
No, but like still,
it's not,
I think it just contributes. But the rules were different. I think that also contributes.
He was going for that. He was stat padding in a way that.
Well, I suppose you could kind of do that now. You could have a huddle beforehand, and be like, right, I want everyone to fake every shot they've got, and I'm just going to catch it and put it in.
Yeah.
And just keep saying it was a lob.
Oh mate, I keep seeing this. It's come up a few times now. That advert back in the day. It's Blake Griffin trying to get a pickup game going.
Yeah.
And there's this guy with like gold. He's like, I'm your guy. Put me in the game. And he's like, okay. And he's just shooting all confidence, walking around like he's made it, but he's completely airballing. But Blake's catching, bang! It's got such a good tune to it.
God, I love
it's like,
OG
I'm your
Blake.
puppet, bang!
I think I might have seen that ad, you know.
Honestly, that song went straight in playlist. I've had it on the sun.
I first heard that song in a really good movie. It had Samuel Jackson and what's his name? Bertie.
Reynolds?
No, I don't know why I've got. It was Soul Brothers. Soul. I don't remember the name of it. That's really annoying. But it was a really, really good movie, and they were like two like old singers.
Research is coming out. What I will say though, I think it's all well and good in a game, regular season.
Soul Men.
Bernie
Mac. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot his last name. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. But that is one of the funniest movies ever, and they sing that. It is really good.
I'm your puppet. Do you think that the playoff record will be broken though? Because that's
What
a
is
whole
the
different
playoff record?
It's Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
63 points.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
I think that'll be one Luka or Shea might break.
to play devil's advocate with that, it was when he was like soloing and he had to just go off because he had no.
Was that when he didn't have Scotty?
Oh yeah, this is 1986 first round season against against the Celtics with Larry Bird. But that's a whole different ball game. There's no tanking teams in the playoffs, and they're all playing for the chip, like playing to win. So 63.
Yeah. When your first option, that to me that's like, I can easily see that in a game where Shea doesn't have his second or third option, Luka doesn't have AR-15 and LeBron on the court, and it's just like, right, just score all the buckets, please. Like, because he was where the majority of the points would come from anyway, so I could clearly see him doing that. Especially if his teammates aren't hitting shots, because the Lakers are either really hot or really fucking cold. Like they're on like a 9-game win streak or something crazy like that right now.
Yeah.
But beforehand, they were just having a shit time of it. Everyone was crashing out.
Well, it's loads of games, as long as you kind of.
I think they figured something out. I think it's a team dynamics issue a lot of the time because people just weren't hitting their shots. Like the rest of the team was just awful. But yeah, I think if the rest of the team was having a cold night and Luka never does, then clearly that would definitely happen.
So what do you think about those last 13 points and the ethics behind it? Because the highlights were literally everyone was just giving it to him. They were missing purposely their free throws that they could catch it and give it straight back to Bam so he could get fouled or he could go for the shots.
I would have no ethics whatsoever if I'm near to getting close to that record.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Because who cares? This is only a controversial thing now.
Yeah.
Give it a year, it's going to be remembered the same as Kobe's is. Maybe not, because obviously
it's
Kobe
not.
reasons, but it won't be negative past the annoyance cycle of the first month.
Do you think it's because
just
it's
the way
Bam?
of the internet? It's just, and no one expected it, and it's Bam. Like, it's not like anyone disliked Bam beforehand.
No, it's
the
just
only reason this is looked at negatively in the way he did it is because they have to compare it to how Kobe did it, and Kobe is untouchable legend status. That's just that is the elephant in the room. It's because there is a man who has passed away who we're talking about the record being broken. That is it.
No, I don't even think it's just that, though. I think even there's probably more impressive performances where people have got 50 or 60.
It doesn't matter how it's done, like, in my opinion. Like, to even score that many in it, yes, the Wizards are trash, but this is still the NBA.
Yeah.
You put the Wizards in front of any other team across, there's probably a couple of EuroLeague teams that would spank them, but in general, the majority of wins they're getting, right? So
there's only like 300 players in the NBA in the world, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't wait to see if we do some crossover between the NBA and the EuroLeagues. I think the NBA would be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, there ain't no 100-point games there.
No, not much lower scoring games.
Catching elbows.
Yeah. It's different basketball. But in general, I think that there's no argument as to how it was done, the ethics of it. Who cares, mate? The buckets were made. The record was set. Go fuck yourself. That's my take on it.
It's not a record, though.
Completely kind of. Completely unapart. Podium. There you go.
Well, yeah, it's podium and it's the most on camera, I guess. We have footage-wise, so...
Oh, I mean, Kobe was on camera.
Yeah, but it's more than Kobe, so it's the most. Yeah. Because Wilt's isn't on camera.
Yeah, I think I think people look at it in record terms because there's still a hot debate whether Wilt did it or not.
Well, I don't think there is now.
Looking at footage of Wilt, you can clearly see he probably did it.
Yeah, and now with this, just because we've seen it in action and the ethics behind it in the modern NBA, imagine back in the day, it would have been way easier for him.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he definitely did that, bro. Like, why are we even debating that? But, like, it shows... I think Bam did it. The 70 points is
how many threes did he have?
Complete. He took a lot of shots, bro.
Yeah, he took a lot of shots, but I'm just thinking that Wilt's would have been all twos, which makes it even madder.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
True.
Like, just the amount of field goals.
Yeah, Wilt's not pulling up from the arc.
No, there is no arc, bro. So that's why everyone keeps questioning the record, because like, how is that even functionally possible? But if there was anyone who'd be able to do it, it would be him.
I think it went... Did it go overtime? It went overtime as well, I believe.
Probably. I
believe so. Don't quote me on that, but he had a bit... And he played the whole 48.
I don't know, you have to
where Bam checked out in the first or second quarter.
Ooh, they gave him a little rest.
I think so, yeah, because it's just a normal game up to that point, isn't it? Like, I think he was on... Well, it's not a normal game because he was still on like 40 points before halftime. But still, it's like...
Yeah, a lot of the time because that's happened quite a bit, that someone's got to 30 or 40 near that time. I think James Harden's done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then he might not play as much in the third or fourth, but it depends on where the teams are at competitively. But there was just something about it. That something happened that night, and there it is. There happened.
Jimmy he's got a great graph. He's obviously he did a video afterwards as well, because he's like, I just made
Mr. High Roller is one of the best
he's
YouTubers on this platform. Big shout out to Jimmy.
Yeah. If you're into basketball, I can't believe you haven't stumbled
Even if
across
you're
him
not,
yet.
it's quite interesting.
Well, yeah, just from a statistical point of view. And
yeah, he does them really well.
The narrative behind his stories. I think he even got, my dad was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's a graph in both of them, because he had to make the same video a week later. He was like, bro, I just did all this and now I got to come back and it's happened. It's like, do you think maybe they watched it though? Because he has got massive influence in the
no way Bam was just at home like, yeah, watch me. Like that would be pretty sick.
Maybe they were like, because I bet you they're interested in his videos, because they're very interesting videos, that he might have watched it and went, let's try it.
I can do that.
Oh, no, because he was, I guess it takes the...
Pre-planning an 83-point game.
No, you can't pre-plan it. But if you're at 40 points and you've just watched that video within the week, and then you half-time going to Spolstra, like...
I don't write
seen Jimmy's video?
I don't write anything off these days. I think it is possible.
I would, if I was him, I'd take a bit of credit. Obviously not.
It just starts becoming, I am the architect of the NBA. This is my design.
A little bit. What was I going to say? But yeah, there's the graph, and it shows sort of as you go up. It's got the pace to hit Wilts, and then like there's people that went above his pace. Obviously, at points got taken out of the game, which happened to Bam. It got taken out at like before the second quarter. Halftime, sorry, and it's just, and then he comes back and he starts doing well again. He's getting close to it. Kobe's went above, and then and it gets to a certain point where it's just like there is no more, because it's just, and then his is that break the ethics point. It's just, and
I think you
got him that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even then, it wasn't enough. Nowhere near.
Yeah, I think anyone who's out to break that record, which is probably never going to be intentional, because every game counts, especially where the point in the play, not even the playoffs, the season where we're at now. There can't be fuckery happening, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure when these statistical anomalies, if we looked at it from like when they happen in points of the league, whether that actually makes a difference or not. But I think ethics would have to be broken to ever think about breaking those records.
Unless you were literally having,
to be fair,
the tightest get, and you went Kobe mode.
Yeah.
And that everybody was like, there is just no stopping this one man tonight.
And again, there's still arguments to, if you're in a tight game, it depends on your team makeup as to what you should do. Because
it doesn't make sense.
If you've got a good teammates that could fucking do something, you don't have to solo hero it. I know that's great from a narrative point of view and great for the documentaries, but if there's an easy open pass to make,
well, it wouldn't make sense, because everybody would just guard you if they knew you were not passing the ball.
Yeah, which is what makes Kobe's performance really impressive.
I think that's what I'm saying.
He just didn't care. But that was like his vibe anyway. But I think people forget how much flack Kobe used to take in his career for being a ball hog.
Yeah.
The time makes us forget. It was almost a daily fucking headline. Like, he used to get shit for it 24/7.
Yeah, but when you're a 5-time champ...
but then so whoever would be on one side of the desk will be your Skip Bayless and your Stephen A. Smith going, "You gotta pass the ball. You pass the ball.
Why?
He doesn't need to pass the ball."
Oh, because then you'd be like, if he passed the ball, he'd have 8 chips or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows with some of the biases of these players? Like, because Kobe had some great teams, man. He had some good teams when he did stuff.
Well,
like,
the first bit.
And I wonder if he sometimes put too much on his shoulders and could have passed more.
Yeah, but that they built the team
made
around
them lose
him,
more as well. So
they put those players around him that they knew they weren't going to get the ball as much, so it made them great still.
I just want to remind everyone to go back to the commentary at the time.
How dare you talk bad on his name?
I'm not talking bad on his name. I'm just saying, it's a history. You got to remember, man.
Final point on Bam though. People obviously slating how many shots he took, which was a lot, and I think his field goal percentage was still pretty. I think it was like 43%, which is just not horrible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that was in total, or was just from free. No, it can't be.
I think
from free, that'd be
field
great.
goal efficiency has gotten so much better over the years for general play. I think the standards have changed a little bit. Like LeBron last night dropped 20, 10 and 15, I think. which is pretty insane. But his efficiency was 93%.
That's what I mean.
That's insane. I think that's a him anomaly, and he was playing a lot down by the basket. But good grief,
is that
like
being hotter than Bam taking more shots and considering the percentage of them going in?
He did that while allowing Luka to score 60. Is what makes it so much more insane. So that's what I mean. I think the Lakers have figured out their dynamic a little bit more. But But my point is, right, he took a lot of shots. He made probably an average amount. Them,
it was good. It's still good. But I think there was about 8 or 9 in other games where people took more shots than Bam did.
Yeah.
And they were nowhere near 83. So surely that's just shows he was still on it.
Yeah.
And their field goal percentage, I think, must have been worse, of course, maths wise, but it just shows like he wasn't. It's not like crazy. It's not like he took 200 shots.
If he had taken the most shots in NBA history, to score that,
then it would be
then I'd probably be on the this is fucking bullshit train. But because he didn't, so a win is a win. Who cares how it's made, man? Yeah. Enjoy the sausage. Pause.
Wait, what?
Sausage got made. Eat the fucking sausage, okay?
Yeah. He's got the picture. He's holding the hand drawn 83 on that white piece of paper. Yeah, he's made it, man.
He did it.
And now you can't say Kobe anymore. You have to say Bam.
Bam. And Bam. Which rolls off the tongue surprisingly nicely.
Yeah, it works all right. Moving on
to
AFCON.
AFCON.
Yeah, probably what?
AFCON you out of a win.
AFCON you out of a win. I love that. Isn't that crazy?
It is a little bit of jiggery pokery going on in the back end, mate.
How does that happen?
Bribery.
I don't know. There is the debate about how do I put this?
What, corruption in African League?
Not the corruption. It's just
or unprofessionalism. I guess
the way it's ran compared to other.
Yeah.
It's just. It needs.
I can see that.
It needs looking at because it should
it's not,
be.
I know people are like worried to talk about it, but it's a genuine problem. Because
it's not a racist thing.
It's okay, white man. It's okay. It's a safe space. Like, my other half's Nigerian, and the stuff she tells me about, just the shit that goes on back home, or politics, or any area of like there's corruption everywhere. Like,
yeah.
And the memes you see, like the fucking funniest one is like, corruption is not bad. It's only bad if I'm not involved, and if I'm involved, I defend it.
Are you allowed to do that voice?
That's the genuine mindset, bro. Yeah, I am, bro. Fucking, I don't care. It's so funny. But it's kind of the way it is. It's kind of across the whole thing. So it's valid criticism, because the criticism and pressure will be the only thing that helps improve things later on.
Yeah.
And shit like this is unacceptable, mate.
Well,
2 months later.
My point is that it should be as well
run as
well
possible,
taken and well respected as the Euros, as the
because the player talent absolutely is.
Yeah, like
but
the African teams and the talent out there is incredible.
Yeah,
I understand the facilities etc. won't be as good as in Europe, because
the thing is they can be. It's a matter of time and development. Because their development started later on. And
all the money in football is in Europe. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they're not playing at at Wembley at all these amazing stadiums.
It's one of the downsides from a developing league in a developing part of the world. It's just gonna be that way. But when stuff is this fucking big, it's like,
But they took away the title to. Or the winners championship, their medals. They're taking it away 2 months down the line.
The thing is, that's what surprises me most. Like, you think something like this would come 2 days after some kind of board had been deliberating for ages, and there was real controversy around it. Not just fuck that, change it up.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy.
It's like someone watching at home like, what?
Whoa.
Wait! They just walked off. That's illegal.
Yeah, the thing is, I wouldn't give any trophy or medals back if I was that team. I'd be like, I'm keeping it. Come get it if you want to get it. Send bailiffs, mate.
The players are all on their Instagram stories and stuff with
Holding
their medals. Like, come get it off me then. Like,
yeah, facts.
But if I'm the losing team, this is what I was going to ask you.
Did they accept the win?
Well, I wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, did they actually go, yeah, I'll take it? Because that's kind of crazy as is.
Are you cheated out? I guess they did break the rules, and it is cheating in the sense.
So I actually don't even know the exacts of what happened to make the decision flip.
So it was all it was all just kicking off, and I think the team walked off. I can't even remember why. I think
so. It's because they walked off mid-game
which
and then
basically
came
means
back.
Forfeit.
Oh,
they forfeited the game.
But then he forfeited, disqualified them 2 months after the game.
Well, they were like, wait.
And the refs didn't make that decision in the game.
They all walked off the pitch. That means they.
What did they walk off for? Was it in protest or something?
Let me just pull it up because I
should
know this. This is the embarrassing part. Okay,
because it'd be interesting whether it was like, you know, they saw some other jiggery pokery happening and they were like, you know, that's why we're walking off the pitch. So there's a more of a well-rounded back and forth argument as to such things. But yes.
Yeah, but it's like looking back and going, wait a minute, Maradona handballed that goal. It should never have counted. That means.
I mean, if there's ever a time where I could see cheating. Overturning, but then, and as long as you make that decision relatively close to when it happens, I feel like that's all right.
Yeah, but I think that's just a part of the game now. Like it, you know, especially at the time because there wasn't VAR, etc. That it got away. You got away with it, so it just you lost on the day. Do you know what I mean? I mean, to be fair, he went and scored like the best goal of the century in the same game and won 2-0, so it wouldn't have mattered that much, but still.
I don't know. I feel like there was like if that happened today, I feel like if there's any time for a genuine case, it's the hand of God, and not doing that decision 2 months later. But as long as it's in a 1 to 2 day span and there's some kind of process involved, and the you know. But the fact that that decision wouldn't be made on the spot, obviously, that was a product of its time, because there wasn't a VAR or anything else like that. But does AFCON not have VAR or anything like that?
Sure, actually.
Obviously, if the same kind of situation happened.
But this was in the World Cup. This is getting actioned on the day. They would have been like, you walked off, that's it. You know what I mean? So Morocco have been declared AFCON 2025 champions months after losing the final on the pitch, because CAF, which I guess is the organisation, overturned Senegal's win and recorded the game as a 3-0 forfeit. So in protest at a decision, the Senegal players and staff walked off and left the pitch for several minutes before eventually returning and the game continuing.
Wait.
So there was a late, right in the normal time of the game, there was the referee awarded a penalty. I do remember seeing it actually, and it was a bit of a controversial stoppage time penalty. But they're in protest. They were like, no, that's not a penalty. Maybe it was VAR, and because it is subjective in a way sometimes. But they must.
So what was the actual? Do we know the truth of that penalty to know if their walk off was justified in the first place?
Well, I have to double check if there's VAR, but they might have seen it. Even if there's not VAR, they can still see clips sometimes. You know what I mean? They'll go to the iPad
you'd be able to see it on the
bench.
screen. Like the whole crowd would have known what the truth is.
That's BS.
Because if it's close enough to be debatable, then it's not something walking off the pitch for. If that's worth walking off the pitch for. Like, but if it's like, you know, he just it gets attacked by a ghost midair, and they've given him a penalty at a really crucial stage, then that's protest worthy. If the whole crowd's going, "What the fuck is this?" Then you know, if you've got the people on your side, that's usually a something to go off of. But I mean, maybe we'd have to watch the game and figure out what actually happened.
Yeah,
but like
let's look at it. Well,
if they've walked off for like a non-walk-offable reason, then it's like, maybe that should be thing. But that decision should have been made to kick them off then.
But then the part of the rules is that, you know, you have to follow the ref's decision. Like, you can't be arguing everything because they're not going to get everything right.
That's what I mean. It's about the egregiousness of it.
I don't know.
But then I guess if the rules are for bribery is a thing.
If you all left and the rules are if you all leave, then it's forfeit. But it's funny because they came back on and Morocco missed the penalty. And then Senegal later scored an extra time to win. But, I mean, imagine being... I remember it was... I think it was Brahim Diaz, that took the penalty. But that's like... Penalty gets awarded. 10 minutes later, you're taking it with all the pressure and people kicking off and everybody watching you after that. I don't know, Chief. I don't know. I feel like it's... But then, yeah, it's just a bit embarrassing, isn't it, for the...
A bit embarrassing.
Organisation.
Well, hopefully this embarrassment allows them to course correct and be better.
The punters, if you bet on Morocco, and obviously at the time you didn't get your money, they're paying out.
Oh, nice.
Yes, 2 months later, like, hey!
A lot of late parlays coming in.
Well, I don't know if they're like now going, excuse me,
what if that gets overturned by the overturn? Do they have to refund the money? And
yeah, if you're the, you know, the gambling company, etc. And you're like, excuse me, we paid you because Senegal won, but they actually didn't. We need that money back. Can you imagine? Imagine you put like
lawsuit income,
100K on it, and it $1 million back, and you 900K, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna need that back because they didn't win.
You ain't seeing me, bro.
Like, what's the rules of that?
I'm changing bank accounts, changing names.
Yeah.
And now I'm Ernesto de la Cruz.
But it sounds like the gambling companies have just
fuck them. They've got enough money.
no, but they've just completely lost. Like they had to pay out for the team that
finally the house lost.
yeah, literally.
They deserve one L
This is
in their
what you
fucking
get.
eternity of always winning, bro. So they
Yeah.
can take it. They got the margin.
But they do indeed. It's just a funny one, isn't it? It's just a funny
What a
one.
funny old situation.
We'll do a react video to the penalty and see if it's justified.
Yeah. It all depends on the egregiousness.
I definitely watched it at the time. I just can't remember now. But you haven't seen it.
The thing is, if you can't remember it, it must not be that egregious to be like worth everyone in your team walking off the pitch. That's my opinion of it. If it's close enough for it be understandable for a ref to get wrong, it's fine, in my opinion. Especially because they were already 3 up. That's were they?
No, I think it was.
Or is it Morocco that were 3 up?
No, they won 3-0 now because of the forfeit is just a 3-0 win. It wasn't actually 3-0 at the time. It was.
So, yeah, because the thing is, even if they'd have scored that penalty, nothing would have changed. So it's like, what the fuck?
No, they would have won the game. They would have lost. That's why they were kicking off.
Wait, what? Wait.
So the penalty got awarded
Was it
late.
goal difference? That
No, it was in the final. The game was a draw, I believe, at the time.
Oh, I thought they were already 3-0 up.
No, because then it would be like, why are you moaning?
How the hell did they find the time to score 3 goals?
It was 0-0. They didn't. Right,
I'm confused.
Let me paint the picture for you again. It's 0-0. It's like the last minute of the game. This controversial penalty gets to
This
start.
makes so much more sense
So
now. I don't know.
you're
where
basically going,
yeah.
oh my God, you've just given them, they're
Yeah,
basically
just given them
kicking
the
off.
win.
Yeah, and they're going to go score and they're going to win it now. We're walking off. No. And then they came back. They took the penalty. They missed. Game carries on. Goes to extra time. And
Oh,
then
they scored 3 in extra time.
No, 1. Just 1-0 they won.
Where did the 3 come from?
Basically, if you forfeit a game in football, it's 3-0.
Oh.
So now they've been awarded a 3-0 win, Morocco, because they left the game. They forfeited the game.
Lack of ball knowledge.
I wonder who gets the goals as well. Like, they just divvy it out or just no name.
One for you, one for you,
Yeah, like, I'll have
one
one.
for me. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
Controversy though, yeah, crazy. One Piece.
Yeah, speaking of controversy, no, there is none. One Piece live action season 2 is out. It's popping. I haven't seen this personally because, to be honest, I've watched all of One Piece, the animated one. I enjoyed season 1, I think, but from everything I've seen and heard, they've done a really good job on season 2. They've massively leveled up, and there is controversy around casting, things like that. But that's just basically just people being racist. To be fair, so Ichiro Oda, the guy that wrote it, chose each one of the cast members himself.
Oh.
He has to sign off on them. They have to be right.
Didn't
He
J.K.
has to
Rowling
like
do that
them.
as well?
Potentially, I
right?
can't remember. But in general, that from a fandom point of view, word is law. That he in this space, he is God. Yes, there is no argument in that. If he says that person's that person, they fucking are.
Yeah.
And so far, his casting has been impeccable, and each character is really passionate and really, really good for this. And one thing I was always concerned about with the One Piece live action is how increasingly fantastical One Piece gets. From an animation point of view, no problem. But live action, the budget goes through the roof.
Yeah, of course.
And you have to do it in a slightly different way. Like,
well, otherwise you're not going to hit the expectations of what visually you should be seeing. Right?
But they've managed to do it in a really good way. From the bits and bobs I've seen of it, how they've animated certain things, I think they've done a pretty good job overall. So apart from people getting butthurt on X, which is always the case, then it's done really well, and I think it will make a shit ton of money, and it will keep going as well.
At what point in is it the chapter? No, what's it called?
It covers up to
arcs, right? That's what it's called.
Yes. So
what arc are we at?
we're out of what's called the first arc, which is Romance Dawn, and we're into the part where quite a few things happen. I think the timeline is different. It's a bit more sped up
That's what I was going to say,
anime,
because
the pacing's different. So
1,000 episodes, so they can't do that.
Yeah, we're about to, I think I'm not sure if season 3 builds up to what's called the Alabaster arc, which is a fairly big one. But you meet a lot of different characters from this organisation called Baroque Works, and there's like Mr. 1, Mr. 2, Mr. 3, and all this mysterious organisation. One Piece is extremely hard to explain out of context. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, this is what's going to be clipped as, so you got do your best here,
and
sir.
considering I haven't seen how they paced it personally, I need to actually sit down and watch it. I think.
Do they add things, or is there like, wait a minute, this wasn't in the anime or the manga? Like, what's going on?
I mean,
here?
they kind of do it already. So if you look at the manga is a lot more streamlined, and certain like character tropes from the anime isn't in there. So the anime has lots of little extra moments here and there. Yeah. That's decided by the animation studio. I'm sure they run things by Oda, but I think they have a little bit of autonomy to add a few extra voice lines in here and there, things like that, because otherwise it would speed things up too much. I'm not sure One Piece do too much extra, like completely. They have done a few completely separate filler arcs or episodes to make sure things work out timeline wise. And the last time we talked about One Piece, people were correctly pointing out certain things, and I'm not a full expert on when certain chapters start or the exact year or things like that. But
I also have never. I've watched episode 1.
Yeah,
so
and I'm explaining it to someone who hasn't seen any anime at all.
I'm
everyone's just like, this guy says the most obvious thing possible. Yeah, because I have to start ground zero.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Leave me alone.
Tell me.
So I'm not an exact expert, so bear with me. But yeah, in general, there's a few filler arcs. But there's an interesting difference in, for instance, Sanji's character, who's the cook of the crew. He's also like one of the strongest characters. His manga character is probably a little bit more serious and less jokey than he is in the anime version. In the anime version, he has a bit of a trope of being like the power of the group. There's like a kind of long-standing kind of Japanese ongoing running joke where there's one pervert guy who loves all the ladies and gets nosebleeds whenever he sees some big old titties. So like that's his vibe. But they sometimes overdo that to the point of character assassination for me. Okay. Where a lot of people have actually gone, Sanji, why have you done this? I used to love you. But he doesn't do that in the comics. Right. And they've redone his character quite nicely for how to adapt it, because it's not like they port over the perviness from the anime. So they're really allowing each character to be themselves, and I think each one of these main casts have talked to Oda, or at least worked well with the director and things like that, to find their own version of these characters. So it's working really well. Like the guy who plays Usopp, which is another really key character, you can tell it's Usopp, but he has his own really funny, cool vibe, and I really like how all of them is just
from live action wise.
Yeah, right? I mean, even the guy that plays Luffy is just Luffy in real life. I think that's he acts like him completely. He's really funny, and he's just super endearing. I'm just like,
it's like I was born for this.
Yeah, he really was. Mate. He looks like him. He acts like him. It's incredible, and it's not an act. It's genuine. It's a bit like Tom Holland. Like he's just completely transparent.
Yeah, that's just kind of luck, isn't it? Like it just falls to you at the right time as well. I was going to say though, because does Oda have that control? You know, like if you're watching Game of Thrones and George R. Martin obviously tells them how it's going to end, but then they have full control of how they adapt his book and see the storyline playing out. They can't go too off. Yeah. I'm guessing it's the same with this. But does Oda, is he like sitting in this director chair, like on the set going, no.
He might be. I'm not sure how on set he is, but I'm sure he got conversations about how things are going to go. They probably meet with him quite regularly, because they have to work with him closely, because it's one of those stories that if you don't get it, it's going to go so badly off piece that it's too big to fail, this franchise. Like recently, One Piece surpassed Superman as the most sold comic in human history, from one author starting in 98. Thank you for comment section. Wait, not 98.
97.
97.
I remember seeing that.
So
I think
in general, so that's an insane thing to actually happen. And it has such a big cultural influence. Like there was, I can't remember what organization it was, but quite a big organization or news organization classed One Piece as the most impactful piece of media on Gen Z as an entire generation, because how many
that makes sense, because
revolutions it started,
the timeline of it as well,
and the timeline of it. So it needs to be right, but it needs to be its own thing. And you're finding that they are very different viewing experiences, but they're good in their own rights. And I think it's hopefully we find a place where you get perfect versions of their own little pockets. So you can choose where you sit.
Right.
But as powers scale higher and higher, that's what I used to worry about. But apparently in season 2, they've done a good job of making sure they start that scaling now and figure out how they do it in a live action space. Because
I'm sure they must sit down and actually debate this for a long time, because action, like live action, takes a lot longer to make, etc.
Yeah.
Right? And then what I was going to say is, I know last time you said that Oda's told like one person the actual ending because...
And he's done it in one other way.
Okay, well I was going to say, does he have to tell the live action people as well? Because what have that guy done? You know, it's like... what is it?
This is probably why he works
in politics that you can't is designated survivor. Is there?
Well, that's like kind of the editor's role. I think he's. I'm not sure if his wife knows as well. Because
do you know what I mean?
There's a little bit of it, but yeah,
they should.
He's only 50 something, so he's all right.
So. Well, yeah, but you never know. What they get on the same bus and the bus crashes together. Do you know what I mean? And you look very sad.
Don't do that.
You know what they should do? They should leave a one piece for, like, in case.
Have you seen what he did? What? As part of the season 2 release, he wrote down what the One Piece is, put it in a chest, sealed it, and they've dropped it in the middle of the ocean. The One Piece is out there to find right now, and I Show Speed is currently putting together a pirate crew to go and find it.
No way.
Shit you not. And they did this whole announcement video. It's brilliant. And he was like hand writing out. Obviously you don't see it. Hand writing out, putting it in a chest that looks like One Piece. They put in this like hermetic seal so it would last for hopefully as long as possible. And people are analysing every step of this video to like where they're driving out in the Japanese Gulf. And people are like, okay, I think I've coordinated it to this part of the Gulf. Yeah. And as long as then they're analysing like even the tides to predict where it could have possibly fallen. So I wouldn't be surprised if people find it.
I was going to say they'll find it. It would be all soggy and pitch.
No, it's in like a sealed chest. So it's actually a pirate chest with the One Piece in it, which I think is so unbelievably cool and poetic.
It and he opens it. It's just like the friends you made along the way. I don't know.
It won't be that. And Oda has said in an interview, like it's an actual thing. It's not going to be something metaphoric or annoying. Yeah, like that.
You said that
because he's like, I can't do that.
I bet you they didn't. They definitely didn't drop it in the ocean. Yeah. I bet it's in his house.
Well, no, you see in the video, you see it drop. Whether they've taken the thing out of the case, but the actual treasure chest is definitely in the sea. Because you see it dropped in the video. You see the boats taking it out and all this. So it was pretty cool.
Do you think it's actually findable then in real world?
I think that's kind of why they did it.
Or is it
unless
impossible?
It gets sunk by some kind of underwater sinkhole, or I don't know what could happen under there. Freaking megalodon eats it. I don't know.
Imagine they both, touch wood and all sorts. It's just a horrific accident. Both of them designated survivor, both gone, and this One Piece treasure can never be found.
Well, then I suppose Toei and the rest would have to try and finish the story and make up their own One Piece, but that would be the worst thing on planet Earth.
Would you even want to watch that?
No, I think I'd kill myself.
You might as well do this.
So that'd be the worst. But I think if I Show Speed ever does find it, I know exactly what he's going to do. Because there was on to that in a One Piece movie. There was basically this giant pirate game between loads of different pirates, and in One Piece there's specific compasses. They're called log poses because the One Piece world past what's called the Grand Line has a different magnetic field, if you will. So traditional compasses just spin; you can't navigate your way. Log poses like magnetically lock to where the next island is because it works as a strip essentially. At the end of that strip and all the different islands is the One Piece, but most people aren't strong enough to ever be able to go through all those islands and all that fuckery, right? So
what's
there was in the movie that they did, it was the One Piece Bullet movie, a guy that used to be on the Pirate King's crew had a log pose that takes you straight to the One Piece, and that was like the prize for the pirate game. And at one point Luffy gets hold of it and he just breaks it and he just throws it away. He's like, I ain't doing this to get an easy hack to get there. And I know for a fact if you ever see I Show Speed pull it out, the first thing he's going to do is immediately tear it up. He's not even going to look at it. And if I ever see that moment, a tear will come down my eye. He's Luffy for real? Because he is the closest manifestation we have to Luffy in this world. Speed.
He's Speed?
Yeah. Genuinely, he's such a wholesome guy. I love him. He's undone about 20 years of like anti-China and anti-Africa propaganda by just going and visiting these places. And just showing what the people are like, man. He does such good for the world. and he just has fun wherever he goes.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think he puts it on a little bit, to be honest.
I mean, you have to. This is the world of the internet. You've got to put a character on slightly just to get the attentions and clicks and a couple of backflips. But overall, his net good is...
Well, there's a reason why people love him. Because
he is. And that's kind of what Luffy's like in the story, to be fair. He goes around, has a bunch of fun, makes people smile, liberates you from a horrific dictatorship along the way. If you offer him a slab of meat, then he'll just get in there and get stuck in, mate.
He's a hungry boy. Yeah, I watched the first episode. That was the first thing. He's like, "Where's the food?"
Yeah, straight up. He's just hungry, man. So yeah, it means a lot to me, man. It's good stuff. But it's all tracking well for the One Piece live action, and I'm hopeful.
How many seasons do you reckon?
I have no idea how many they'll end up being, because
it
depends on how many arcs they fit in per season.
Is it a season per arc, or is it like 3 seasons per arc?
Differently, because
there'll be a lot
I'm going
missing.
off of what I've seen in trailers. I need to watch it because I'm just putting out fake news right now.
I've got another question about it as well. Because it's such an in-depth story and it's all about this eventual...
Yeah, the world building.
Yeah, to get to the end and find the One Piece. You know, the whole point before the One Piece, and who's the guy that left it?
Oh, Pirate King.
Yeah.
Goldie Roger. Yeah.
Is there like backstories to him? Like not within it, but is there actually like dedicated seasons or like mangas for him? Or
there's fairly like in-depth flashbacks
because it's so
because there's a lots of cast of characters that happened before then. So you look at they describe it in kind of generations. So that was the kind of first or greatest generation of pirates, because the thing that kicked off the real pirate boom that we know in the story now is from Gold Roger saying, "My treasure's out there, go find it," and it's inspired loads of piracy. So that's a thing. But beforehand, it was
pretty niche.
Kind of. That it was just kind of more monopolised by very strong people, who then there was lots of different bits and bobs going on, and there's also the whole world government angle. It's hard to cover this stuff without getting into spoiler territory, but they do flashback a lot to Roger's past life. You meet his right-hand man probably about halfway through the story, who gives a lot of insight. At one point he's just like, "Oh, I can tell you what the One Piece is," and he's like, "Don't do that. Don't spoil it for me."
Yeah.
So he's pretty cool. The Dark King Rayleigh, his name is. So he's pretty fucking sweet.
So you don't think there'll be like prequels and stuff after?
I think there will be. Yeah,
that makes sense. That's what I was going to say.
Because everyone wants to see certain characters. So Luffy's granddad, who you'll meet in season 1, is the hero of the Navy, Monkey D. Garp, and he was a straight dog. Man, there's a reason they call him the hero of the Navy. So he's like some of the strongest of the strongest, and I think there would be such a cool series.
Yeah,
him in his prime. Whoa. One of the things we'll see after this current arc, or even during it, is something called the God Valley incident, which is one of the major incident inflection points of the entire show, and what we'll really find out what happened. Because Garp and the Pirate King had to team up against an even scarier crew. And without getting into spoilers, I can't say what happened, but that is a major thing of what happened to even get where we are. And the fact that those two had to work together, pretty insane and poetic. It's pretty sick, dude.
That's the thing with these, developed stories, and they go so in depth with the... Yeah, there's like, no end to it, is there? You can go far back, and people are still just in the.
It's very much like
the timeline of this.
It's like trying to describe the Odyssey midway through, or like Lord of the Rings, but starting from the Silmarillion. It's really hard.
There's loads. There's so much you can go into. But yeah, that'll be cool then. So is it out already, or is that?
Yeah, I think it's out already. Chilling, killing, doing well. So go out and watch it, people. I wish they should sponsor us.
Do you know what? Talking about something that's been out for a while, and just to delve into our hit video on TikTok, where the Pez community really came together, guys.
Shouts out to the Pez community, bro. Y'all love it. It's good. Maybe I need to play it. We both need PCs for a start.
Yeah, because that is the point that people were saying. Can we do it on console? Enough. You need to like download a lot of stuff onto a USB.
Yeah, porting the modding community over to console, I'm not even sure if it'll ever be possible unless we get these hybrid Steam machine consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but shouts out to them, and what a great game it still is. It's like 5 years old, and people are still loving it and modding it and keeping it alive. But FIFA comes out every year. Not even
much
FIFA.
To your sadness.
EAFC There's bits I do go up and down with it a bit because they've got the monopoly on football games. But I just want to tell a little bit of a short story, I guess. I was raging a few weeks back.
You play tiny violin.
As I do, just because the game's just awful. And honestly, you can go on the FIFA community, or whatever it's called now, online, and you can just see all the creators that have been there for day dot. Do you know what I mean? Just saying this is the worst one ever. Like, by far. The
counter argument to that is that most people say it for every new FIFA, but sometimes some examples are more egregious than others. But when
two things,
as an anchoring point, what is your favourite FIFA?
There's so many, but I'd probably say like FIFA 15's in there for me.
Or let's say the more recent ones, so 17.
17, yeah.
Because we have to compare it to and figure out why it's the worst FIFA compared to your favourite modern FIFA. So FIFA 17 compared to EAFC now, what is the difference?
Oh, it's just the way that... I mean, I was always more of a career mode kind of guy. I just liked my football, right? I want to play a football game with my football. And Ultimate Team is...
Football means football.
Football means football. But there's Ultimate Team. Right. Everyone's heard of it. It's like one of the biggest, probably money-making franchise games of all time within FIFA. And you do every year. You give it a go, but it's the money that they take from it is just it's ridiculous. I was playing someone this year, and his team was insane. He had like Team of the Year Mbappe, Team of the Year Dembele, who won the Ballon d'Or. Basically, the best players on the game, and I was beating him. He wasn't very good. Granted, but so
he just paid out in the nose for the best.
He was just pressing shoot, and it was going in because his players were so good. And I was like having to lean forward a bit, even though I was definitely better than this guy. But I messaged the guy. I was like, genuinely, like GG, like fair play and stuff. And I was like, can I ask you a question? How much did that fresh Rolex set you back? He was like, bro, I don't even want to say. It's embarrassing. He was like, I have a problem. And I was like, okay, well, now I really want to know. Yeah, like, please tell, like, I'm not going to judge. I was like, well, I will judge. But like,
we will.
And he was like, seriously, it's okay because I can afford what I'm doing. But
But don't tell my wife.
£16,000 on FIFA this year alone. And at the end of the year, it's gone. Your team resets because it's a new game comes out. £16,000. I don't care.
On a flat for that.
I don't care if you're Elon Musk.
Up north.
You're putting 16k. Like, maybe that's valid. If you're Elon Musk, 16k is probably okay to put on FIFA because you can. But this guy ain't Elon. Maybe he loves playing Elon. But you know,
for all you know, you're playing Elon.
He's at it, bro. I don't want to say, but yeah. I was just like, damn, man. Like, I think you need help. He's like, I do. He was like, I do.
So my mum works with gamblers as a therapist, and she treats multiple people who are addicted to FIFA.
Yeah,
it's real, mate. It's not. I think it's because it's on PlayStation. Like, it's not looked at as seriously as your slots on your phone. But yeah,
well, there's not even anything. You don't win anything from it, really. It's just all.
But my question is that, like, obviously you met that one individual who spends out the nose.
Yeah.
And Ultimate Team has always been pay to play. Yeah. So what makes it different to FIFA 17?
No, because you can do a road to glory, as they call it, these series where you don't put any money. And I haven't put any money on the game this year.
So you can do this like is more of an unethical hoop situation. So your problem is with the FIFA community, not with FIFA.
Well, it's more the gameplay as well. Like, I guess it's just so they patch it every bloody few weeks, and it's like a whole different game you're playing.
Oh, so by the time you've adapted to the changes just made, you have to adapt to another one.
They've released EAFC 26 3.7. Do you know what I mean? It's like I just got used to 3.6 and I was having a good time, and now they've just like, oh yeah, that thing that was clearly overpowered, we've taken that away because that was overpowered. Because we changed the passing power, which was good, and it was knocking it around. But then the goalkeepers turned crap, so they had to patch it.
So you get a lot of these like micro things that shake you out of your groove, and then it's just it stacks in annoyance, and then you change over an Ultimate Team for a change of pace, and you just get wrecked by Elon Musk, who's dropped 20k on it. So so it must feel just like doom loop.
It's just so frustrating. So. Yeah, so a few weeks back, I was like, no, I'm just gonna not even think about. I don't care about the winning part. I'm just gonna try and have some fun, do some skills, like just be a bit of a menace, but like not be this generic player that does.
There's a menace. Yeah.
Does the meta stuff. So I just did all the skills, and basically I tried to win the weekend league games by not shooting, just literally going around teams and, you know, flipping them sideways, doing some Ronaldinho stuff, and then just walking it in the goal. And I won 5 games, bro.
Out of how many?
Out of 15. I normally win about 8 or 9.
Without ever shooting?
Yeah, I didn't shoot. Didn't press that circle button once. And I do the editing, so I might even put some clips because I was, you know, when you do something
Insert
cool,
highlight reel.
You know, honestly, someone needs to do this edit for me because it was, some of them were insane. Like, I was like, ooh.
PBZ Road to Division 1 when?
I think I won more games though because they were like, this guy just turned me inside out and walked the goal in.
Yeah.
I can't beat this guy, quit. Like, I made a few people quit.
Yeah.
But when I couldn't break him down, and they realised, wait a minute, you're pretty average.
Yeah.
You're just quite good at skills. I was like, and then, obviously
the jig was up.
I lost 10 of those games. But still, 5, when I normally win 8, 9 or 10, like...
The fact that it wasn't that different is pretty insane.
It's just, I had so much fun.
But what happens when you combine that fun with shooting occasionally?
Then I start taking it a bit more seriously and get annoyed with the things that don't go right because it's stupid.
So
do you know what I mean?
It's a mental game.
So, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, I should have just... taken my personal, you know, I want to win this game now, and it's just be like, don't care, let's just have some fun.
Tell you what, that is facts. I remember I've just finished playing Ghost Yote, which is incredible, by the way, if anyone's not played it. And there's they have myths and tales, so like you can go and do these after you have the more well-grounded story and all the rest. You can go do things that are a little bit more like, you know, mystical legend stuff. And there's one that was Takizo the Unrivaled, and I was like, oh, Takizo the Unrivaled, that sounds pretty cool. Bet I could rival him, easy peasy. You have to defeat his 5 disciples before you go and fight him. Piece of piss, didn't take 1 hit fighting any of them. And then you fight Takizo the first time and he's just kind of fucking about with you and you beat him and it's easy. And he's like, come and meet me on top of the mountain and we'll try again. He was never taking it seriously, bro. I haven't been angry at a game for a long time. It was harder than an Elden Ring or Sekiro boss for me. The thing is, his whole thing is he's a master of improvisation. So it's not like a Sekiro or Dark Souls boss where you learn the patterns. Yeah. Genuinely, whatever engine they've got run in Takizo is different every fucking time. Right. And usually in a game where you have a parry mechanic and you hit straight away, he would let you parry, and then as you go in for your hit, he would fucking get you first. So your entire habit you built throughout the entire game is used against you in this fight. And people have beaten him, and there's methods, but it requires cheesing him by throwing every smoke bomb, every freaking like explosive at him. You can't just, it feels like most people don't beat him one-on-one. Like, as a swordsman to swordsman, you have to like just throw arrows at him. You've got guns, people shooting him with pistols, and he's just there like, fucking go on then. It is one of the hardest. I haven't beaten him yet.
So you have to use
I started replaying Ghost of Tsushima before I beat Takizo the Unrivaled, and I'm like, hey nigga, you unrivaled, bro. But
does that not make you think, I haven't completed it because I haven't beaten this guy?
Well,
I know it's probably not in the story, right?
Tom, when I tell you how I've never felt a fight so impossible. Like, and when I looked at the methodology of actually how to beat him, it's almost like I didn't want to beat him that way. I wanted to beat him in a match of pure skill.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can. I don't think I've got it in me.
That's the point.
Because I can't memorize a pattern. I can't. He just is that good.
You have to beat him in a ratty sense.
And I'm only playing him on hard. I'm not even playing him on the hardest one.
Oh, yeah, because then, but then surely your ego and your, you know, personal
but that's what
so
got me.
I can't go down a level.
That's what got me enraged. I was there for hours.
Fair.
But he not only broke my mind, he broke my soul. I haven't gone back.
I think that's a good thing, though.
I reinstalled another game.
Should things be so hard where they're impossible, or like?
Because people have done it. And I was searching up on TikTok and YouTube on how to do it, and now I just get edits of people like making him look silly.
Yeah, but some people have swam the channel, but that's not everybody. You know what I mean, it's like
I just realised, hey, that's not me, bro. That's not me. I don't think maybe I'll retackle it one day, but you have to be so unbelievably locked in.
Like, yeah,
I couldn't have been leaning further forward, mate. I'd fall on my forehead. Like,
I can just imagine you prone in like Call of Duty in the back of the day,
planting the bomb just up.
Yeah, your legs are up there. You just
forward. Anyone that's fought him knows.
Let us know if you have beaten What's his name?
Takizo the Unrivaled. He hits you with the voice line as well. The first couple of times he's like, I must remain Takizo Unrivaled one day longer, and he stabs you in the back, and I'm like, I shout at the TV like, say that to me again, motherfucker! And then you try and take out the anger, and then he uses the anger against you like a real samurai. I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually cooked. This guy's got me so bad.
Right.
But it is actually quite creative when I think about the game design behind it. I've never had to fight a boss that
genius.
doesn't have recognisable patterns.
Because you just get used to knowing when you should dive, dodge, and dip.
Yeah, and the first fight you have with him is him explaining how the truth to strength is improvisation. And I was like, oh, that's kind of wise. Not realising what was about to happen to me. But I think that's why people have no guilt in terms of just hitting him with like bombs, bullets, smoke bombs, whatever. Because essentially the only way you can beat him is by making him like stay in the same animation loop.
That's so ratty,
so you can't beat him one-on-one.
That's so ratty. But then that's because the game developers probably meant you can never beat him. But
I think maybe that's why they did it. Because you have to improvise.
It's just like,
maybe
someone's beat him because they just kept doing this. Like,
but it's because it's the mechanic of if you parry his block perfectly. Because with a perfect parry, you go slow-mo. And then that's usually your time to strike. But it's like he breaks the mechanics of the game and fucks you up through that. And you can only take one hit, by the way. One hit. So it's not like you have a health bar. But what happened, the first part of the fight is fairly normal when you can take the usual amount of hits. But you're on top of the mountain and it starts to snow.
So
the snow is depleting your health bar as you go. Yeah. And he somehow gets infinitely stronger as soon as this happens. So you have to, essentially, you can't take even a single hit from him. Because it's like a real sword fight, so you're sweating, right? You can't. You might get away with one lucky one.
The checkpoints.
They're kind of checkpoints. No, not really. You have to restart the boss if you die. But like even if you cheese him, you have to get to a point where your blades clash, and he says another voice line for the. It's almost like the fight goes in stages.
Oh, you know you're
but
at
you
that
don't
stage.
get to restart at the stage. You have
that's what I mean. Like you'll have to go all the way back to the start.
And that's the thing. Sometimes when because I was managed to get past stage 1 easily, but as soon as that snow hits. And you can't take one hit, and you're just trying to get back to the progress you made, and you're trying to speed run it because you've done it 20 times. Yeah. Your hubris leads to disaster.
And then you end up dying on the first stage, and you're like, it just.
You just make stupid mistakes. Yeah. So
I don't know if I can't play games like that too much.
I might have to record your reaction trying to play it, mate. It's honestly so hard. And then you imagine you just beat him first time.
There's something I'd never do. I would never record myself playing FIFA because it'd just be so embarrassing. It would just be so embarrassing.
Please knock on your door.
Some people that live with me would know. So, yeah.
But that's probably a good note to wrap up on. Wait
a minute.
Oh, I've got...
What's that tune?
Oh.
Follow that tune.
Shouts out to GymSkin.
Yeah, he's popping off, man.
Yeah, he is. I love every clip. I've now started eating, 2.5 digestives?
Yeah.
Sugar-free.
Have you?
No.
Oh, right.
I just like cosplaying as GymSkin in the kitchen while I was looking. More of a rich tea man myself.
What I wanted to get in there real quick is that... Oh, hello.
Let there be light.
Let there be actual light. I think I found him... way back, probably not early.
Before it was cool.
He used to do this thing where he'd have the filter on, and his face is pretty funny in a sense anyway. Oh yeah, he'd be like, Buzz Lightyear, what do you mean by that?
He seems to be quite a funny, wholesome guy,
yeah.
Which is a nice change of pace from all the negative stuff we usually see. So I'm loving it, mate.
Yeah, because
he's funny.
Lou Ferrugh documentary was popping off. About all these other lot. But that makes sense because you could just tell they weren't.
Yeah,
nice people,
but the thing was, they're almost quite honest about the fact that they're not nice people, and their communities are about making money and a complete juxtaposition and all this stuff. Like ethics is not a part of the business model.
No, but it's because now it's a bit more mainstream, or like the people that didn't know about them are finding out, like, oh my god, and you're like, oh, they've been around for a while. Like, you don't know Andrew Tate.
This is just the first time your mother's heard of anyone other than Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
pretty much. Because Sneeko and all these lot have been about.
Yeah, he couldn't get the final boss though, could he, Louis Ferrugh, to get it?
The thing is, I don't even think Andrew Tate's the final boss anymore. I think Andrew Tate is almost completely irrelevant now.
Yeah, no, but
compared to there's like a new gen, but he started it. Yeah, he's the genesis of it. But he's been in prison and all that kind of stuff. He hasn't been able to maintain the actual social clarity of it.
Oh yeah.
I think the news and all the rest of it completely overblow his importance in what all this is now. So. Okay, I don't think it's that much of a loss.
Is there something that you found before it popped off though, like anything particular?
No, to be honest, I was thinking about like the
You just jump on the bandwagon every time it comes.
Yeah,
around.
pretty much. Yeah.
Little sheep.
I was trying to think of like whether it's. I was thinking about certain comic book characters. Like, always been a big fan of Blade. And I think people forget his importance in saving Marvel.
No, but you would have, the Blade films came out in the late 90s, so you would have been like.
But it's more about the more like comics in general. Like, I've been more of a comic and animation purist before the DC universe and the MCU. So that's the closest thing I could think of, really, because I was watching all of the OG shows. My dad used to read me the comics when I was a kid, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. That's my only claim to fame, really. I can't think of anything else. I don't look for trends unlike others. I set them. Aura Max. I'm just going to hang myself now. Right.
Cool.
Let's wrap this one up now. If you like that, please like, subscribe, and comment. We're trying to grow. We hit 100 subscribers recently. So,
woo! Yes, thank you guys.
On YouTube, which we should probably upload these on audio too, which we got to do that.
How'd you do that?
But comment down below if you want us to do particular videos, whether they're reactions, gameplays, want to start experimenting. It's going to be fun, y'all. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Yo.